Imagine waking up tomorrow and finding out that your boss wants everyone to work 7 days a week. No weekends, no Saturday, no Sunday. Sounds ridiculous, right? But for most of human history, that's exactly how people lived. So why do we only work 5 days a week today? And who decided that 2 days of freedom was enough? For thousands of years, most people worked whenever work needed to be done. Farmers didn't get weekends. If crops needed planting, they worked. If animals needed feeding, they worked. If harvest season arrived, they worked even harder. The idea of a guaranteed 2-day weekend simply didn't exist. Then came the Industrial Revolution. Millions of people moved into factories, and factory work was brutal. Workers often spent 10 to 16 hours a day on the job, 6 days a week, sometimes even 7. Life became a simple cycle: work, sleep, repeat. By the early 1900s, people were fed up. Workers began demanding shorter hours and better conditions. They wanted more time with their families, more time to rest, and more time to actually live. Then an unexpected person entered the story: Henry Ford, the man behind the Ford Motor Company. In 1926, Ford made a decision that shocked the business world. Instead of making employees work 6 days a week, he reduced it to 5. Most business owners thought he was making a huge mistake. After all, fewer working hours should mean less productivity. At least that's what everyone assumed. But something surprising happened. Productivity didn't collapse. In many cases, it improved. Workers were less exhausted, more focused, and more efficient. Ford also realized something else. Workers with free time had more opportunities to spend money. They could go shopping, travel, enjoy entertainment, and of course buy cars. Lots of cars. Other companies started paying attention. If Ford could make it work, maybe they could too. Slowly, the 5-day work week began spreading across industries. At the same time, labor unions were fighting for workers' rights. They pushed for shorter hours, safer workplaces, and better treatment. Over the following decades, the 5-day work week became the standard in many countries around the world. Monday through Friday became work days. Saturday and Sunday became days of rest. But here's the interesting part. The 5-day work week isn't some natural rule of life. It's a human invention. Someone designed it. And now, more than 100 years later, some people think it's time for another change. Around the world, companies are experimenting with 4-day work weeks. And the results are surprising. In many cases, employees are happier, less stressed, and just as productive. Sound familiar? It's the same lesson Henry Ford discovered nearly a century ago. Sometimes working less doesn't mean achieving less. So the next time you're enjoying your weekend, remember this. For most of history, weekends didn't exist. The 2 days off that many people enjoy today weren't simply given to us. People fought for them. And some business leaders were willing to challenge old ideas. The real question is this: 100 years from now, will future generations look back at the 5-day work week and think it's just as strange as we think a 7-day work week is today?